Absolutely ripping shot there. And something very interesting that you just did then on that shot, Tatum, is you actually didn't set up with the ball in the center of the club face, which it seems counterintuitive, but it's not, is it?
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, the reason why I do that is because I've noticed for myself and a lot of golfers that if we tend to set up with the ball in the middle of the club face, especially with a driver, we have a tendency when we're coming through to actually kind of err more on the heel. Obviously, we've hit enough shots in the heel that usually go along with the word shank, and we don't want to ever hit that type of shot with a driver. We can get away with a lot more hitting it on the toe, so setting it up already on the toe will show that even if I was to hit a bad shot and that club face was to still come through in the same spot, at least it's on the toe, but most likely will kind of gradually gravitate toward the middle of the club face by the time I'm at impact. But it's very rare for us to start in the center and then grow closer to the toe, if that makes sense. So I like to feel setting up on the toe and then knowing that if I do come through well and hit a good shot, it'll be in the center. And even if it comes through where I started, at least it's on the toe. And far, far, far away from the heel, which is spinny, which is going to cause loss of distance and probably an interesting ball flight.
When we're looking at the way a driver is designed, one of the fastest spots to hit a ball on the club face where you'll get actually a lower spin rate and more distance is slightly towards the toe of the golf club. As soon as you start to err on this side of the club face, which the majority of players do, you're going to start to increase the spin on the golf ball, and it's going to start to do all sorts of weird, not wonderful things. So by setting it slightly off the toe, what that also encourages you to do is allows you, if your golf club is rising at the moment of impact, to strike the center of the face.
Yeah.
If I was to have a normal setup here facing the camera and my golf club simply raises up, you'll see I'm actually going to strike the heel of the club. So by starting with the ball slightly off the toe, that then allows this slight rising of the club through impact so I can actually strike the center of the face.
Yeah.
But as Tatum said just then, the more that you even just err on the side of aiming it off the toe of the golf club, the easier it is to get some reasonable contact there at the moment of impact.
Yeah, especially too, I'm someone who, before I hit my driver, I do like to kind of hover it off of the ground. That just helps me ensure that I'm coming through in the center of the tee or in the center of the ball, because the driver is obviously the one club where we don't want to hit any of the grass or take a divot with. So ultimately, if I'm already starting by kind of hovering it just a hair, like you said, that's going to kind of shift where that club face is starting in relation to the ball. So if I already start it on the toe and then I pick it up, then now it's in the middle.
Love it. All right, let's hit one down there and let's have a look.
Right.
Just like that. So if you're struggling with your driving, we can see the spin rate on the full swing launch monitor right there has lowered beautifully. What we want to do is we want to actually align the golf ball up at address slightly off the toe of the golf club, because even if you mishit it, it comes back to that point, you're going to get a stronger ball flight. But more than likely, as that golf club rises through the moment of impact, it'll actually shift towards the center, and you can hit a great shot just like that.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.